Russia says it has quashed an attack by Ukrainian soldiers who crossed into its southern Belgorod region. It claims to have killed dozens of fighters in a battle after deploying local troops, airstrikes, and artillery. Moscow called it a sabotage attack on Russian territory launched by Kyiv. Ukrainian officials have denied any involvement, insisting that anti-Kremlin Russian partisans were behind the attack.
These are the fighters who have claimed responsibility for an attack on Russian villages across the border from Ukraine. This footage, posted on the Telegram channel of the Russian Volunteer Corps, an anti-Kremlin military group, allegedly shows their fighters on Russian territory, near the Ukrainian border crossing. Here, one of their soldiers covers a Russian Z, the symbol for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, with a sticker reading RVC, Russian Volunteer Corps. A second group of Russian armed dissidents also say they took part in the incursion. They call themselves the Liberty of Russia Legion.
Мы такие же россияне, как и вы.
We are Russians just like you. We are people just like you. We want our children to grow up in peace and be free people, so that they can travel, study, and just be happy in a free country. But this has no place in Putin's Russia, rotten from corruption, lies, censorship, restrictions on freedom, and repression.
Russia, however, has blamed Ukraine for the attack. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed that in a battle lasting around 24 hours, Russian soldiers killed more than 70 Ukrainian fighters and destroyed 4 armored vehicles. In a further twist, images of damaged Western military vehicles released by Russia led to speculation that US weapons were used in the attacks.
We've seen some of the reports circulating on social media and elsewhere making claims that U.S.-supplied weapons were used in these attacks. I will say that we're skeptical at this time of the veracity of these reports. As a more general principle, as we've said, and I believe I said yesterday, we do not encourage or enable strikes inside of Russia, and we've made that clear.
Whoever is responsible, these attacks on Russian territory appear to be the most serious since Russia's invasion of Ukraine began 15 months ago. The Kremlin said residents from 9 villages in the border region have been evacuated to a safer area. Russian state TV showed these images, claiming that dozens of people were forced to leave their homes as a result of the attacks.
Maria Avdiva, a Ukrainian security expert, gave me her assessment of the attacks.
Well, this is not the first time we see attacks on Russian territory, and every time the Russian groups were taking responsibility for that. And that was happening also in Bryansk region, and now in Belgorod region. There were also drone attacks on the Russian territory, and again, Russian groups were taking responsibility for that. And this is the official Ukrainian position, that Ukraine is not attacking the territory of Russia, and these are Russian insurgent or military groups that are dealing with this, and that's what they say now, the same. And about the situation in Bakhmut, Russia was trying to get control over this not a big city for more than 10 months, and now nothing is left of Bakhmut. It's just ruins, and still they are trying to get the full control over the city, and Ukrainian troops are actually encircling it, because Bakhmut is, if you see it on the map, it's in the lower position, so there are higher grounds around, and that's where Ukrainian troops are now advancing, and they will advance further. This is the plan, to encircle Russian troops and to attack them from the higher position. So it has nothing to do with the situation in Belgorod and with attacks in Belgorod, and I think that we will see them intensify in the upcoming weeks and months, because Russia is obviously not being able to control its own territory.